Hi, welcome to the Conversations. Today, very exciting, two native Windsorites, David Hogan and my friend Amber Tomlin. Let's go, it's gonna be a good one. Come on. Today on Kindness Matters, a soaring soprano voice, breathtaking stage presence, and a heart of gold. I met Amber Tomlin in 2017 at her audition for our production of Portia. Immediately, it was clear that this special woman was to play the role of Portia White. Today, we sit down together to chat about why the VPP holds a unique place in her heart. How does Amber's faith play a role in her choices as a performer? And how does her brand of kindness reflect on what we do here at the theater? All this and more with my friend Amber Tomlin on today's episode of Kindness Matters. Amber Tomlin's in the house. I'm from Windsor, she's from Windsor, we're good friends, and we're going to sit down right here and have a conversation. Welcome, Amber Tomlin.
Hello.
Hi. I'm so looking forward to this conversation.
Me too.
And you know why? You and I always have really good, deep, light, but great conversations. It's easy to talk with each other. Yeah?
I agree, and it's interesting that you said light, because it is. I mean, we can go deep, but there's always that lightheartedness, I think, just because there's joy and there's love.
And it was fun. So when I was talking to people, okay, so what do you want to know about Amber? What do you want to know about her? And they go, why is she just so beautiful inside and out? Why? You are just so beautiful inside and out.
That's so kind. Thank you. I don't know. I was born that way.
Yeah.
I've always had a tendency towards kindness. So it's interesting to me that we're talking about that today.
Good.
I like to make people feel comfortable. I like to make people feel happy.
Yeah.
But I'm also learning as I'm getting older, you can't always control that. And so it also is very important to keep your center of happiness, your center of kindness, share it with the world, and whoever can take it, let them take it. Whoever can't, pray for them and go on about your day, I guess.
Wow. So you think it's a choice. You actually work at it.
I actually think I was born with it as well. I think people have different giftings, different personality traits, and everything's wonderful. You have somebody who's very strong. You have people who are a little more meek.
Yeah.
I think we're all born with that, but I think that's the beauty of just relationships because we can all learn from each other. And so I do believe that kindness is a choice, absolutely. But I also believe there are certain people who are born with it.
So tell me about born with it. You are a Windsor girl. I'm a Windsor boy. Tell us a little bit about growing up in Windsor, my friend.
Windsor. I love Windsor.
Yeah.
I do. You know, born and raised. I'm still there living and traveling when the time comes. But, you know, it's a little big city right across the border. And my dad being from Detroit. So I have family on the other side, and so
my dad worked in Detroit.
Did he?
I don't know if does that mean anything?
Where did he work?
He was a bus driver in downtown Detroit.
Was he?
Yeah.
I did not know.
And that's where he met my mom. Anyway, it's not about me. Let's go back to
I'm so curious now. We'll talk later.
So
dad was born in Detroit.
And mom
all family
Windsor?
there. Mom Windsor.
Always Windsor.
Always Windsor.
Neat.
But my grandmother on my mother's side was from Newfoundland. Or Newfoundland. They would yell at me for saying it that way.
Mark?
Newfoundland.
Newfoundland.
And my dad's mother and father from Mississippi.
Oh,
so
wow.
just a big, huge
That's amazing.
Variety of things in here.
Brothers and sisters?
I do. I have an older sister and a younger brother.
Nice. And are they singers? Are they in music?
Not my brother, but my sister, she's like on our Wednesday worship team at church. She's got a great voice, like powerful. We did a duet at church a couple years ago, and like she was overpowering when I was singing. I was kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know. Can you turn my mic up a little bit, please? She's overpowering me. It's very strong, but beautiful.
Nice.
Like I was really proud of her. Like I was really impressed.
And were your parents musical, or are your parents musical?
My mom has always been more so.
Yeah.
But my dad started coming around when
he's your biggest fan. Oh, I love your dad.
I love my dad. He would drive me as like a young person to he drove me to Massachusetts, from long drive for an audition. I wasn't even an equity member. I was like going for the chance of being saw. He drove me there, and I was seen, which was nice. But yeah, he would do all that kind of thing for me.
He's a good guy.
He's so great.
Do you remember when we met?
I remember when we met.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us the story. Go.
Actually, my mother and I made the drive to Petrolia, which I had never been to. And I was so excited because the audition songs were 2 spirituals, which I had a couple like Moses Hogan spirituals in my belt. And I just came in, and I remember you coming out and just being you. And I was so disarmed because when you go into auditions, sometimes it's like, hello. Okay, what are you singing for us? Thanks, But you were all like, you. Hey! And I was just like,
Amber!
Hi! And I thought I had to be like so proud, but I was like, oh, I can be like a little myself. This is nice. And so I was working with, I think it was Brian was playing, and we rehearsed, and you guys were in the office. I was guessing maybe listening.
Oh, yeah.
I think you had you're like, if you could just sing it through with them a couple times. And I just felt very disarmed.
Yeah.
It was a great free audition. And even then, and I'll say this about you and David, pulling out something in me that was almost locked inside. And it happened on that audition.
Neat.
I remember, I think it was Raj that was saying, I want you to sing it out. I want you to sing it as if you're singing it to the very back. It might have been you. One of you guys sang it to the very back of the room.
David Rogers,
and just let it go. And at that time, I was very guarded in my singing and guarded in my performance. And I actually hadn't put that together to this very moment. I remember it happened in that room. And then from then on, unfolded.
Did you know you got the part leaving?
No.
Really?
No.
What did you think?
I'll tell you why. I had never gotten the part really ever until then. I had auditioned for years and years, and I worked in opera for a while. I worked in some community theater things. I worked in little things, but I had auditioned, and I was just so used to like, okay, well, no. So I won't get it, it's fine. It was a great audition. I met some awesome people. Okay, moving on. And then my agent emails me, and I was like, what now? So, no, I didn't know.
Wow. Well, it was very clear to us right away. Tell us about Portia White. So you took on this huge, living, breathing human. When you read it, when you knew you were coming in for it, go.
I did not know anything about Portia White.
Okay.
I'm actually really thankful that you took on the project, because I think people need to know it's Canadian history.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
why didn't I know that?
Totally. Yeah.
So reading about her, studying her life, and then I think everybody in the cast, when we were talking, we just wanted to do the research.
Yeah.
We wanted to learn more about her.
Yeah.
And I didn't find there was a lot. Like you had to find these little nuggets and jewels and articles or on YouTube or whatever it was.
Yeah.
A really great documentary we found, which was helpful. But just trying with the information that I had to try and portray her to the fullest.
Yeah.
And I think
She was close to you, though, right? Like, I would say as personalities go, do you think?
I feel like now, yes. Maybe not back then.
Okay.
I think I'm coming, like you guys said, out of my shell. I'm releasing. I'm giving. I'm not protecting as much as I would. But I think Portia was a part of that process.
Right.
And even the whole experience at the VPP really started to make me understand. And I remember just giving is what you're doing. This isn't for you. You don't have to hold or protect any of it. You just give it to them. That's why they're here. This is a gift.
Right.
And just release it. And I think that's what, I think Portia had to do it times 20. She was in a time, in an era where Black women, or Black people in general, but women were not as accepted, especially on a stage. You know, they were used to what they were used to. And she had to go and be so brave to go out and give.
Yep.
To go out and give to people who might not have wanted to take what she had to offer.
Yep.
But they did.
And I love the relationship with her and her father and her mother, eh? And Izzy, you and Michelle became good friends. Michelle played Izzy. Eh? It was really one of my favorite moments is when you were in heaven in the story and you come to your mom. It's, come mom.
At the end.
Oh.
Yes. And Michelle E. White. What a gift.
Yeah.
To me. VPP was a gift because really as my first Canadian show, you were lovely. You were all lovely and you trained me and made me think. And it wasn't just a show for me; it was everything.
Yeah.
And then with Michelle White, she has been in business for a while. Like, she's awesome. She has a great resume and great.
Sure is,
she
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
And she just essentially took me under her wing, and
Nice.
she nurtured and she loved, and she was just so warm and beautiful. And so every part of Portia, whether it was Portia herself or the VPP or the people I was working with,
Yeah.
was just warmth. And I was able to, when you feel protected or you feel safe, it's easier to come out.
Amen.
Or to come alive.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that.
And I really believe that David and Mark and myself and but we make that an effort. We think because of that we'll get better work out of and truer work. So
Yes.
we choose to be
Yes.
kinder through it so that you could be the best you can. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Mark Payne, I will never forget, with Portia, he had said it to me very gently. And then one day he's like, "Open your mouth, girl." I loved it. He wanted to pull sound out of me. You all just did amazing things. But Mark was just like, there's sound in there that you're not tapping into yet.
Nice.
Let's tap into this sound. There's more in there. I need that open. I need that. So you guys I think it's because you give so much
Oh, nice. Thank you.
that we're able to give so much.
Perfect.
Because we were talking before, I always feel like the atmosphere is set up top. The atmosphere is set and it trickles down.
Right.
And so because you're generous and lovely and giving, and all three of you
Thank
are
you.
amazing, it gives us as the artists the freedom to release the gift.
Right. And we work at it, and we expect, Mark expects that from me, I expect it from Mark, and David, so we work at trying to do that, and we tag team each other too. Say, Mark, you take this one, I'll go there. You know what I mean? Because we need to keep that. One of my favorite moments, may I share? Tell me if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I do.
Yeah? Black dress, white Christmas. So many beautiful moments at the Victoria Playhouse, right on the stage. That one, bar none, is one of my favorites. Tell me, tell me about it.
That was a moment. That was a
Wasn't
process.
it just?
It
Wow.
was. So I'd done Portia in the fall, then came back for Star Bright Christmas 2017.
Yep.
And was given the spiritual song "Sweet Little Jesus Boy," which I'd never heard before.
Amber Tomlin!
I know! Guys, I think I live under a rock. Like, literally, some days.
okay.
So it was gorgeous, was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But it had this high D in it, which intimidated me so bad. I had the note, but sometimes you're like,
Sure.
am I going to hit this note?
Tell everybody what that means. What's a high D?
Oh, high D is like very high soprano. There's higher too. Some sopranos like high D, that's not high, that's low. But it's just like a very high.
So what's a normal height for a soprano?
I don't know, somewhere probably around I think ABC is where your sopranos
So
would
you're
typically
even higher
live.
than that.
And it's higher than
So
that.
you were intimidated by that.
I was a little intimidated by that, and newer to the stage, and I knew I could do it, but sometimes fear is so strong, or you get in your head and it's so.
So what? How did you conquer that?
So you see, my friend David Rogers coached me, and that's another beautiful thing about the VPP. So he coached me, and we coached I think a few times, and the first few times it was okay, it didn't really come out what is happening. And I think everybody's just trying to, okay, and then we're almost like, are we gonna take this out of the show, because it's gotta be, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So we were coaching, and I remember a few things. One, David, who I perceived a certain way, I was kind of learning to know him, was very, David.
Yep.
And he all of a sudden was like, I do this, and then flipped into this performer. I had never seen him. I'd never seen him before.
Yeah,
literally 2 feet away from me, and he's on his knees, and he's dropped, and he just gave, with just the two of us. Where I wouldn't have done that. I would have been like, I gotta be precious, and oh yeah, Mark Payne. That was another thing. Don't be precious.
Yeah, don't be precious.
Don't be precious. And he just said to me, it's good to be humble, but you want to be confident, and that's okay. He said, if you were a doctor and there's diplomas on your wall, do you think that's haughty or cocky? And I said, no. He's like, no. You want to go see a doctor that is going to be confident in their abilities.
Nice.
And so there's a difference between humility
Yes.
and confidence. You have to know that you're good, and you do. And for me, I never wanted to be the diva, and I never wanted to be but I think I took it too far. And so in that session, he was just trying to help me understand that it was okay.
Amen.
And give me the permission to be my best and to know that it was good. And so, after we talked and he coached me in that moment, and I remember I was like, okay, here we go. We'd been there for hours, and I'm like, I don't even know if I have any note at this point. And I just did it, and he went, what about that? What if you do it like that? I was like, can I? I'm like still needing permission. Yeah, you can do it. And so it became. And that, and too, it was that, and coupled with prayer and just sitting with the Lord and just going, what's behind this? Because it's not natural to be this afraid of something that is in me naturally, right? So it was all of that. And then I just remember giving. And
I love that you bring in prayer with that, because I think when we did Godspell on our first season. That's 10 years ago already.
Hey!
But you are the light of the world, and I always I think you and I talk about this. But I always talk to my actor friends, and when I'm directing, it services no one if we hide our talent. Services no one. Bring it out. Go and do what you just said. What you learned from there, and that is doing service to our faith and to our Creator, right?
Yes, because essentially if I'm not giving it fully, I'm taking control of something that's not mine.
Right.
It's a gift. It's something He's given to be released to minister, to touch the people that are hearing it. Yeah. And so it's
false, like humility is
humility.
Like, it's not, but we talk about this all the time. I can be talented, and so can you.
Yes.
Let's be talented together.
Yes.
Yeah. And I believe in that.
And to be okay with the fact that there are different talents.
Yep.
Sometimes what we'll do as humans, let's talk about the business. Mm-hmm. We hear someone who's incredible, and for some reason we shrink. Mm-hmm. No, because they were gifted with that, and you were gifted with this. Mm-hmm. And the purpose is to work together to create something spectacular. Not me trying to duplicate your gift or you trying to duplicate mine.
That's right.
But it coming together and working together. And it does. That's right. It does. Even think about Star Bright Christmas with you have the country number with Oh My. Yep. I was doing it though. Yep. but to the complete classical, but people love it.
Yep.
They love it.
Yeah.
But it is, I'm not diminished because you shine somewhere that I don't.
That's right.
Because you're a piece of the puzzle that I'm not.
I'm so proud of you. That's exactly right.
So,
what is your daily mantra when you decide to get up? You're who you are, kind. What's your little prayer? Do you have a prayer?
Do you know what it is? Most of, I think my life is just basically your will.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. And I want to walk out my day where you see fit and put my life in your hands to be your hands and feet. And it's so, one of my favorite things to do is to encourage people and minister to people, and the Lord showing me things in them that they don't even see.
Yep.
But only God can do that, right? Yep. I can't do it.
Yep.
But He's in me. And so when I look at someone and I can say, you know what, you're very creative. Did you know you have these giftings? And sometimes you don't see it because life beats you down.
Yep.
It's hard. And so just to encourage someone with what's inside of them that they might not see.
That's right. And again, I think that comes back to a choice. Mm-hmm. See, I think I choose to be kind today, and so when in my mantras or in my daily prayers, to see the best out of anybody is really a powerful thing. Mm-hmm. What could you tell yourself that you didn't know about yourself before you came to the VPP?
Ooh, not just one thing. Lots of things. The giving was huge for me.
Giving. That's great. Do you enjoy meeting the audiences after?
Yeah,
do you enjoy that? Yeah,
I do. They're so. It's very lovely. It's warm.
Yeah.
I think it's so special.
I call it the third act. Okay, let's go down to the third act.
Act 3. I think it's special for them and for us.
Yeah.
Because now it's not. We've broken the third wall, right?
Yeah.
Now we're coming together and we get to shake hands. We got to shake hands.
Yeah. We will again.
And have little. We will again. Have conversations, and sometimes you'll hear about their lives or why that song. Funny story. I also sang. Was that the year I sang Ave Maria? I think it was. And like, I'm giving my guts in Give Me Jesus. Like literally, I remember body shaking, just everything is. And people are like, Ave Maria. Thanks. Thank you. But did you, like, there were no guts. Like, there were lovely guts, but not like everything funny, was on. I know.
I love that. I love humans. I love it. Are you going to sing for us today?
I am.
What are you going to sing for us? Tell me. I think I know.
I think you do too. Well, if you remember, with my Portia audition, 2 spirituals I sang, I thought it would be really nice to sing one of the songs that I first auditioned with at VPP, which is called Give Me Jesus.
You're in for a treat. My friend Amber, thank you for the conversation.
Same.
I was so looking forward to this. This is going to be beautiful. Thank you, everyone.
Midnight